Are you planning a landscape photography startup? In this video I talk about 7 common mistakes many landscape photographers make in the startup process. Hi, I'm Kim from Landscape to Art. If this is your first time here on this channel, make sure you click the subscribe button below the video. A wrong strategy or lack of strategy is the fastest way to failed businesses. Many photographers have started their business because people told them their photos look great, and that make them start thinking about doing a business because someone liked their photos. Or someone have told you that they want your photos for a print or a magazine or something, but they want it for free just by giving you credit. Other again have started their businesses because they happen to have built a significant audience on social media, on Instagram or YouTube. And these random strategies are startups can actually lead you in the wrong direction. So let's get started and look at the 7 most typical mistakes many photographers do when they start a business. The first mistake is to believe that only print sale is a viable business for a landscape photographer. And definitely prints are not the only way a landscape photographer can run a business. So you have to think out of the box. I know that many wants to start a business because they love taking photos and they want to photograph all day long. But it is possible to take photos even if you're not selling them. So just selling prints is not a core business that you can live from print sales alone. It's difficult to grow a business with print sales, and you need to sell a lot, and you need to sell prints on a consistent basis. And that's why many photographers, they just do the lazy way. They upload a lot of stock photography or photos to stock sites. And uploading photos to a stock site and hope that someone will buy is not a strategy at all. And mistake number 2 is a lot of photographers think that they don't have money or they don't want to spend money. But any business need money and to be viable. And if you solve problems by helping others, you can also be the product, not only your prints. So your photography skill has value that other people might want to buy from you. So that means you can teach workshops, and that's why many landscape photographers, in addition to print sales, rely on workshops, on running workshops. Workshops are about teaching, and when you teach workshops, you are teaching them on a physical destination. But you can also teach photography online, running online courses or digital courses. And you can even coach online via Skype or one-to-one coaching. But information products, online or digital products, are rapidly growing industry. And the fastest way to get started with a business is to offer your services, to help others. And when you help others, you can also charge higher prices. Because whereas prints are commodity products that anyone can do with a decent camera today, and that's why the competition has increased so immensely. But only you have your skills and your ability to communicate and help others. And that makes this a less competitive segment, so you can charge higher prices. And mistake number 3 is not having a strategy for your business. If you start with your business and with no purpose, you have no idea where direction you're going. But you started because you have grown a large social following. With this, you are just risk to selling to the wrong audience, because you have a random audience that might not even fit with your products or services. If you don't have any strategy, it's very difficult to position yourself and stand out from the crowd. And this way you are just a small fish in a big pond, because social media these days are very crowded, and it's not easy anymore to get thousands or hundreds of thousands of followers and do it this way. So instead of being a small fish in a big pond, you want to be a big fish in a smaller pond. And that means you have to specialize, niche down, and have a specific topic of photos if you are selling photos. You can specialize in night photography or panorama photography or other niches. And if you teach, the there are other ways to teach other than just composition and Lightroom or Photoshop. You can actually teach people how to stay motivated in photography. You can teach people how to run businesses as I do. And you can teach people a lot of things, even if with the background of your photography experience. And mistake number 4 is you're marketing in the wrong channels. Social media is important, but it's just a small part of the overall marketing strategy. It is still important that you market to the right platforms, and you have to understand who your customers are. So if you attract other photographers, is print sale is your business, then that's not going to work. Photographers mostly don't buy prints from other photographers. So if you're acting or spending a lot of time on social media with other photographers, it can easily turn into talking about gear and specification, and that doesn't make any business. So it's easy to lose focus because of this gear and gear talk and all this other stuff. Anyone with a successful photography business knows that the gear plays a minor role. You think that when you start that you need more gear, but as the business runs, you understand that it's not the gear that makes the difference. But if you sell workshops or you teach photography, the platforms where photographers hang out might be important, of course. And mistake number 5 is a little bit in the same line as the previous point. It's about attracting the wrong audience. And obviously you risk attracting the wrong audience if you hang out in the wrong places. But even if you're in the right place, you can attract the wrong audience by a wrong messaging. So your messaging is extremely important. You have to use the right words. Even if you're a photographer and think that photos is what you are selling, you need to use words. So because if you only post images with no text, you really attract no one. Anyone can like a nice photo. So in all your marketing, you must use a language that speaks to the right audience. Like if you target beginner photographers and talk about focus stacking, it doesn't speak to them yet because they don't even know what it is. They don't know what you're talking about. But as these photographers become more experienced photographers, they will understand more about it. And then it will relate more to them. So if you don't know who your target audience is, you can't craft the right messaging. And then you're actually trying to sell to everybody. And if you try to target anyone, you're actually targeting no one. And mistake number 6 is to have too many products. And it's a typical misconception that the more products you offer, the more income you will make. And the advice about diversifying your business is very common among photographers. But of course, you shouldn't put all eggs in one basket. But if your first product doesn't sell, why should your next product do? Diversifying and selling too many products too early makes the marketing complicated, and you need to have different marketing messages, and this increases the cost, and you spend a lot of time on the marketing because you must target different audience differently, and ideally your product mix should be a fit for the same type of audience, because then you can offer the cheapest product first, and then the next product, and then the more expensive like workshops as the top of your line product to the same customer, same audience. And this will also simplify your marketing efforts a lot. And the 7th mistakes many photographer business owners do is to not be willing to spend money, because running a business requires marketing, and marketing costs money. And many photographers are not willing to invest this money in their business. So instead they trade their time for money. Instead of spending on marketing and ads, they spend months building an audience. There is this idea that about making money, that you have to make the money first and then spend money on ads later. But that's totally opposite of what's the right way to go. But of course you must control your finances, but if you are not willing to invest in your business, how likely is it that you will succeed? But it's astonishing how many photographers that find the money to buy new camera gear at the same time. If you're not willing to invest in marketing in your business, Does this mean that you're not really actually believing that you will, what you offer, and that you will make money from your business? If you don't believe in yourself and that you can actually create a business that makes income, how can you think others will believe you? And how will other buy from you if you don't even believe yourself? So thinking through and deciding what you want to do with your business is very important. You must also be clear about who you're helping and what you're helping them with. And if this is left to coincidence, you're not going to succeed. It's easy to blame the market, that the market is saturated and the competition is too high and everything like that. But it's up to you to make the right choices and do the right strategy. But in most cases, if you fail to sell, it's the problem is a mediocre product or it's bad marketing. It's either two of these things. And there are three main pillars in every business you must have in place to succeed. And watch this video next to learn about these three pillars. And until next week, ha det bra, goodbye.